Hey folks, high and low here again, doing another knife review on the Ganzo 701 folding knife. See if I can get that in focus for you guys. Come on. There we go. Those are the specs for it. Just in case you're interested, I'll give you a quick comparison of the size of this thing. It's a very handy little knife. It's definitely something for an everyday carry type situation. It's comfortable. It does not have a lanyard. It has a hole here for reversible pocket clips. This screws here, one of the screws was way out when I got it, and it was kind of, something was stripped about it, so I had to take it out and mess around with it. Finally got it back in, but you know, that happens on some of these cheaper knives. In terms of the action and everything, it's pretty smooth. It's got some jimping all the way back on the handle. It's got some really aggressive, you can see that. It's got some really aggressive jimping on the top of the blade there. Come on, camera. So a lot of grip up there. It's sort of an interesting knife. I've seen some reviews that really canned it, but it's good. It's nice and strong. No wiggle back and forth, no wiggle up and down. It's a very thick spined blade, and you know, kind of narrow. It's almost a spear point, and it came very sharp until I got hold of it. And I'll tell you what happened with this knife. The Ganzo knives, and a lot of the Chinese knives in particular with these axis locks, they're really stiff. But this guy was very smooth, and I played with it, and it got even smoother, to the point where I could actually get it to work, you know, and deploy that way. So I was playing around with it in the kitchen after having a drink or two and showing my wife all the great things I could do with it. And I had it fully open and was trying to, you know, flip it shut, and it's a little stiffer now after what happened. And it fell right out of my hand, and it fell straight down onto the ground. And luckily I got my feet out of the way somehow, amazingly enough, because otherwise I probably would have lost a toe. And it landed right there on the tanto tip. So hopefully I can get a shot of this. It landed right on my kitchen tile. Luckily I didn't break the kitchen tiles, because my wife would have killed me. But I'll see if I can get a shot of the tip here. Come on, focus in for me. Focus in for me, camera. I should probably go to manual focus one of these days, but I don't know. There, can you see that? Come on. Anyway, I bent the hell out of the edge. Come on. Come on. There we go. And I don't know if you can see that, but I folded the edge right over, right in about here. So this, from here to here, the edge is just completely folded over. Again, it says 440C steel, and I'll probably agree with them, because that's pretty much the only issue that it had, was I folded this piece over, and I'm going to have to get in there and sharpen it and see how that goes. I'll let you know how that ends up going, but it's a nice knife. I really do like it. I didn't like it at first because it's sort of a little weird. You know, the handle shape's a little strange, but it is comfortable. It's a good grip. Nice G10 scales on it. You know, it cants down a little bit, so if you're using that outer blade section, you can get a good cut with it. And again, like I said, for a Ganzo knife, it was very smooth until I got hold of it and dropped it from about 5 feet, because I had it up at about shoulder height, and I was playing with it, and I dropped it, so that was about 5 feet, a little bit higher, and it went straight down onto the kitchen tiles, and luckily didn't break any kitchen tiles, but you know, nice and centered even after I dropped it. From a pretty good height, and I didn't just drop it, I was flicking it down, so I flicked it down with force, and it fell about 5 feet straight onto the blade. So, you know, that's a testament to its toughness. It's a nice thick stout blade, and good thumb studs on there. You know, it does have this proprietary pivot screw on there, which I don't like, so if you want to play around with the action on it, you're going to have to do that. But like I said, you can reverse the clips. It sits relatively deeply in the pocket. It's relatively narrow. The liners are actually cut into and recessed into the scales, so it's not, you don't see, if you can look here, you don't see the scales, and then the liners, you actually have recessed liners in there. So they did a little bit more machining on this than they normally do with some of these Ganzo knives, and it's a nice knife. It slims it down, you know, and gives it a little bit more functionality. It's a nice everyday carry option. It's not too big. I liked it very much until I dropped it, and if I can get it sharp again without that fold in the edge, I will like it again. So of course it's right, you know, it's right here at the tip of the tanto portion there, so it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt, and I'm going to have to work at it a little bit and hopefully improve my knife skills. But anyway, there you go, the Ganzo 701. Check it out. Thanks for watching.